that's how it all turned out.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Ended up with, I think, 938 horsepower on the chassis dyno.
Does the crankshaft just link to the next crankshaft then?
Basically, there's basically a clutch in there. It gives it about 5 degrees of deflection in either direction off center, just to allow the two motors when they do start trying to work against each other, allow a little bit of dampening. But yeah, for the most part, it's just basically crank to crank. It's 2 operating systems. There's 2 computers. There's two fuel pumps in the tank. 2 fuel lines run up. 2 sets of exhausts that run out, and basically everything just kind of couples together at the crank.
Wow. So is there any? It relies on any electronics to balance the.
Exactly. Yeah. They're both fuel injected, so computer controlled and everything. So. It was basically set one up on the dyno and then run the second engine on the same program to make sure it would work. And then he, when we did the dyno tune, he got in and kind of fine-tuned everything.
And that's the fan keeps it all cool, is it?
Yeah, basically just to kind of pull some of the excess heat out.
Yeah.
Obviously, we basically double up on, we did double up on everything, which doubles up on the heat in the engine compartment. And we've been fighting cooling issues with it. We finally got it all worked out now, but for the longest time fighting cooling issues with it, so we figured anything that would help.
Yeah.
And that basically pulls the hot air up and vents it out the back of the cow.
Beautiful. You're doing a lovely job with this.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Did you have a chance to drive it?
It hadn't really been doing much yet. The one of the main things that's holding it up right now is the master cylinder size is too small.
Okay.
So
it doesn't stop.
No. Basically like idling around the parking lot. You let off the brake, let it start rolling, and then stab the brake like a panic stop, and it still takes about 15-20 feet to stop.
Okay.
Which, I mean, basically I had 5 weeks to get that car done from start to finish, and we were about a day short on the deadline.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous, yeah.
You've seen the car before, so you're familiar with how it all works.
Well, I've not seen it since it was finished, you know. And I think I remember you'd just done all the welding around this bit where you'd widen the body out.
Yeah, widened the body by 2 inches and actually kept it basically normally on a factory Camaro. This body line here is right up against the tail light.
Right.
So we went 1 inch on either side in the back and then bulged the quarters out along the centers of them. We got everything stuffed back here. Runs a Corvette torque tube, basically an encased drive shaft, back to the transmission back here. RPM built the transmission we were in for us. It's actually a C5 automatic out of a standard Corvette.
Right.
And then the Z06 Get Track diff. And they built the adapter plate to mate the two together because we didn't have room for a clutch pedal up in the foot box.
Awesome.
But we got 2 fuel filters and regulators. Got 2 of everything in this car.
It really looks beefed up at the back on these chassis rails.
Oh yeah.
You know those. So that's a separate cross member that.
Yeah, it's actually
supports all the axle and.
Exactly, that's the Corvette cradle.
Right.
I mean, just a factory GM cradle. But actually, when we first started talking about the whole project, me and Gary went days and days and days trying to get this frame designed for this project. And basically what we came up with was just to have him do the kick up in the back and leave it flat all the way back, which left me a platform to build off of. So dropped the front mounts down and built all the extra support and everything for the back. Up in the passenger compartment behind the seats, and then charging station and disconnect for the main batteries, so we can shut power off to the car, which most indoor shows you got to have the power killed.
Yep.
And leaves us with basically a standalone show system. 41 Cadillac convertible. Long story short, the customer passed as we were starting to build right after we got the frame. So we ended up having to sit on the frame for a few years till this guy came along and wanted to put a frame underneath this thing. So actually extended the frame itself to stretch the wheelbase by 4.5 inches. Kind of here and then up here on the inner rails. And then what I was saying about the floors. Basically, from here to here is the only thing left of the original floors. Everything in the trunk, everything in the passenger compartment's all been rebuilt with flat floors now to clear the frame.
This is very nice design of frame, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Art Morrison makes
very
top-notch product. Just blows my mind all the fit and finish of their stuff, and the bends and the. I don't know if you can see these joints here. They tie the 4x4 rockers in.
Oh yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Because after the murder,
$572. Wow. And she feels like it makes 600 plus at least. I mean, you breathe on the gas and just you feel it in the motor.
Taking it out to the concept 1 pulley system and the auto-rad radiator. You got to overheat the pump. So they put the auto-rad radiator set up.
Even if you look at the paintwork, I mean, it's some of it, even just everywhere you look, the paint is phenomenal. And black, you know, it's hard.
Oh, black is hardest.
Hard.
You're going to change out the racks and you put in the 4 9-inch with the Logitech suspension. And put some subframe connectors on it because it's not. This is way too much power without subframe connectors in these cars. We just got through building the second jig, so we'll be able to actually do 2 of those. Which is, as far as the sheet metal repair goes, which is a pretty big deal for us. We got a convertible. So,